Welcome back to episode 4, Momentum Mastery, where we are talking about Earth School stuff. Yes, we are on Earth School. We are ever learning, evolving, growing. It never stops. It never stops until, you take your last breath. So let's do it together and let's cover some amazing topics. Episode 1, we talked about momentum, how it's such a powerful tool when used. I mean, it can get you through a lot for sure, and it can keep you going too, even, when things aren't always working so great and emotions are all over the place and energy is low. Today we're going to talk about energy, but momentum is an amazing tool to use. And to have and to work with. And episode 2, we talked about vision. And I mean, that's also just, they're all equally as important. I mean, without a clear direction of where you're going, then you might get there slower. I think you'll still get there. I think we all eventually do get where we're supposed to go, especially now more than ever as a species. But it's good to have the vision so you can get there smoother, faster, and ultimately having that big vision of what you want your life to look like before you take your last breath, what you want to say that you accomplished and left behind for your family, all your relationships, and the world. So, having that vision is a must. Third episode, we talked about peace. Peace is something that we all are working on daily. And the reason is because we're just brought up in a time right now where, and it's actually always been like this, but we are transitioning slower, where the earth really hasn't had too much peace. I mean, that's why we have wars. That's why we have people fighting. That's why we have, all the different debates and energy vampires. And today we're talking about energy. So peace and energy are kind of combined because the underlying nature of energy is peace. And I think we can all agree. I mean, science, quantum physics has already proved that everything is energy and that there is no what we call space or nothingness in between. That's just not true. I mean, there's countless experiments that they have done and tests. They took a particle that was connected to another particle, and then they split them apart and shot them in opposite directions down a tube. And in the middle of the tube, there was a slit so they could pick a direction, left or right. And every time they went the same way. So they're connected through this energy. So everything is energy, and it's not just energy, right? I think most of us do believe that there's something else, and that something else is just intelligence. It's a mind, like you have, like we all have. It's a mind, and it's the mind of God, spirit, universe, what do we want to call it? And the underlying nature of that is peace and love. But we do live in this third dimensional world where we have other aspects of ourselves, and we're going to talk about 7 of them. So today we're going to talk about energy and where you're pouring your energy at, and if you're running on autopilot, because you can definitely be running on autopilot a lot. And even just being aware of where your energy is going. There's 7 areas that we're going to talk about that your energy could be going. We're going to talk about what's draining you, what's fueling you. I think that's important to know. Everyone's a little bit different. How to reclaim scattered energy and redirect it to something else. I think that's a big one that we can do with simple little tools that we're all equipped with. How to create daily habits to recharge, right? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. It's all important. So, what are the habits that we can create? And ultimately, why your energy is equals to alignment. So your energy equals alignment. So when your energy is right and good, and what I mean by like energy is like you don't have to be at a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10. That's not what I'm talking about. Like it doesn't have to be like this high end energy that we're looking for. But what we're looking for is more like clean energy. Like so even at rest, where is your energy at? So there's different kinds of energy, right? There's the energy. Well, there's actually only one kind of energy, but we're talking about the energy of your mind, your body, and your soul. Three parts, both need to be connected. So, number one is your physical energy. So, physical energy example, are you sleeping 5, 6 hours a night, skipping meals, relying on coffee too much just to stay up? Or are you consistent with workouts, drinking water? You're feeling strong, you're having good mornings. So you see the two different kinds of energy, and that's physical. And there's numerous examples, obviously, that we can talk about. Um, and then number two is our mental energy. So there could be where your mind is just racing a lot and you're just kind of like on your to-do list all the time, and maybe it's too much and then you lose focus, and again you got to refer to the caffeine, and then it's like you're just stressed, and that's where the word stress anxiety comes up, from that kind of mental energy. Or are you doing simple things in your toolbox like journaling, taking a break is in your toolbox. You can take a break. You can take a 30-minute break and actually go lie down and do some breathing exercises to clear some space for your mind so you're not burning extra energy, unnecessary energy, 70,000 thoughts a day. What happens if you can cut them to 40 or 50,000? What happens then to your energy? So, number three is emotional energy. If you're holding on to anything, emotionally. Emotion and body is like one. So if you're emotional, it's in the body. It's not even in the mind. It's in the body. Your body's holding on to something. So being aware of that and working through that. And I mean, how do you work through emotional energy? Again, it's all connected. The whole puzzle is actually one. Because if you give your mind some space through doing some of the journaling or meditation or breath work or a walk in nature, then you can then become aware of maybe some things going on with some anger, some thoughts, some maybe you're holding on to some resentments. All that stuff is really heavy. Like you're putting weight on your body, like a vest you're walking around with. So being aware of that stuff and work it through journaling or through speaking to someone. You can always contact me and we can have a conversation about any sort of like emotional feeling that you feel you're stuck with. And there's other things, energetic modalities you can do too. So you can reach out if you want to know more about that. And the opposite of that is, again, practicing gratitude. That's a big one, because then the right emotions will come up, and actually the right emotions will get out some of the toxic emotions. I just started this 28 days gratitude. So this book, and I've had this book since I started my journey about 5 years ago. We did it once, 28 days of gratitude, and there's different things you do every day. So like the first day is you write 10 things you're grateful for and why. And then you write that, and then you read each one out loud, and then you say thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times. That's just day one. And then day two, there's something else. There's the rock. So, anyways, it talks about that if you practice gratitude 28 days in a row, then it will change you on the cellular level. Your cells will now vibrate at a much higher frequency of gratitude and love, which is ultimately the highest frequency. So you heal yourself from the inside by doing stuff like this. So that's emotional energy. Spiritual energy. This is a big one, and I think now that the world is starting to realize that there is this spiritual energy, and jumping into it. So I love it. But feeling, I didn't have spiritual energy for a majority of my life, and what that is basically just a disconnect from an ultimate. Purpose, faith, that's why hence zero doubt, because, a lot of doubts before, and that's losing the greater picture of ultimately this is an earth school, and we came here for a reason, and there is something greater than just this, and you have to believe that in your to yourselves, and gratitude will help you get there because it'll show you through synchronicity, signs, like God in the universe, like they build belief through us by showing us more signs, bringing us more things that make sense into our life, clearing our vision. Clarity comes up. So are you disconnected? Are you not of that mindset, or are you spending time again, alone to reflect, meditating, even being with loved ones, and stuff like that connects you on the spiritual energy. Number five is financial energy. So how you spend your money, I think this is a big one. We're all kind of caught up in this game of like material stuff. So that's something we're all working through. Um, it's good to have, it's great to have money when ultimately it serves your purpose of the greater vision. But a lot of times when it's serving, the quick hits of feeling good, then it really is kind of like it's probably a neutral energy. It's definitely feels like a high energy for maybe a day or two or something like that. But then it kind of goes away, right? Like you're going to buy a car, a nice shiny car in 2 years, like it loses its bling. So financial energy is definitely something that we're going to continue to work with. And then obviously, the flip side of that is, budgeting, tracking your money, spending wisely, and using your money for the greater purpose of what your vision is. Number six is relationship energy, and we learn more through our relationships than anyone else, than anything else. Everyone, you're dealing with other energies, so are you giving your energy more than you're receiving from certain people? I'm sure we all know like that one or two people that like when you're around them, like like after that it's like low energy and you need to kind of cool off. Like I think we know people like that. So being aware of protecting yourself from that and surrounding yourself, the opposite is surrounding yourself with people like us, right? Just like high-minded, purposeful people. And look, we all have some negativity, right? There's no doubt about it, but we're usually aware of it. We're aware of it, and that's good. And there's a lot of people out there that are not aware of it. So it's okay too. I mean, we're all coming around, but yeah, relationships is key, and it's going to continue to all of our relationships are going to continue to help us grow. So, and then number seven is creative energy. This is a big one. I mean, I know when I create, I usually have really good energy during and then after. But I will say then I do need to recharge. So again, energy is not necessarily highs or lows. It's like when I recharge, though, I feel good too, because then I wake up or get up or whatever it is, and my energy is clean, it's purposeful with intention, and it's focused. But it's important to express ourselves. Again, we all came here to leave something behind. So we all came here. to leave something behind, some sort of legacy, some sort of remembrance. Maybe it's videos, maybe it's, whatever it is. I think every single person has a book inside of them. And ultimately, we should share our stories because that is another form of growth and healing. We should share our stories. So, creative energy is the seventh. So, I'll send a worksheet with some of these questions. But so there's seven. Let's go over them real quick. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, and creative. All right. So we got some people on the call. Some people are driving. I don't know if they're available, but either speak of or you can put it in chat. Which one do you feel like out of these is the one that gives you the most work? And I mean by that, like, which one do you feel like drains is your energy, the one that you need to work the most on? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, creative. Throw it in the chat. Let's see what you guys say. I'll let you know what mine is. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, creative, mental. Man, that was mine too. That was mine too. I think we're all on that journey, on that path of like, that's the one thing that we're all working on. It's like we know that when we're not mentally balanced, and ultimately what it means is we're kind of just like almost like unconscious. We're just stuck in like it's like a fear panic mode. Like something's going to happen, like we're going to die, right? Ultimately the brain is like connected to that survival. So it might not, you might not have thoughts like you're going to die, but the body almost feels like it. So that's challenging. I mean, that's ultimately finding underlying causes of that. But we have tools. The thing is, like, we have tools, and this is why we're having these calls. We have tools to break free and improve our mental energy, our mental game through everything that we just talked about. Breath work, if you guys are not doing it, and I'll admit, I was not doing it. I mean, I was doing it, then I wasn't doing it. I was doing it when I was doing the sauna, but now I'm not doing the sauna, so I wasn't doing it. But then I did a session, and now I'm back to doing it. And if you do it for like anywhere from 10 minutes, from 10 to 20 minutes, if you can get to 20 minutes of breath work, then it will slow down your mind. It will slow down your thoughts. Your body will feel better. Physiologically, your body will feel better. So, because of that, you will have cleaner thoughts, more space, and more purposeful thoughts. So, gratitude thoughts. So, I encourage anyone who's working on their mental energy to start breathing exercises. And you can reach out to me and we can even do a guided one. Okay. So, which one do you feel like is your best? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, creative? I don't think we're all going to be aligned on this one. Physical and creative. All right. Who else? Physical and creative. Yes. Creative. Interesting. No, I knew you was creative, but I thought you were going to say something else. Eric with creative, Charlie with physical and creative. Okay, so
What'd
if
you
I
think? What'd you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were definitely going to say physical because of running.
Yeah, but you said the best.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
Uh,
I feel,
so the,
visionary, but
yeah, I
you know
hear
what I
you.
mean? But physical, I feel like I'm still far away from like not far away, but not where I want to be
Yeah.
discipline wise and
Yeah. So for me, I would say physical just because I've been at it for so many years and it's like second nature. And picking up great habits over the past, even better habits over the past 5 years. But yeah, I would say that. And then my second would probably be creative. Although sometimes, you get these blocks of creativity too. So still working on that. Charlie, you wanted to change your mind. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
so I think I'm just gonna go with one. Um, I'm gonna say creative because physical, like I'm putting in like a different tier. Like I'm approaching it from a different standpoint. Physical fitness for me is not like I've like now I'm in good shape, but for me it's performance. And I find when I'm mentally struggling or there's things going on in my life, I can't ever physically like performance wise, especially like on the bike and like running and all that stuff and swimming, I can never reach my best because mentally I'm just not there. Like if I'm not all there together and like my health isn't all like perfect, my physical like performance will not be as good because I'm not as mentally strong, if that makes sense. But
I agree 100%.
yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
that
my
I was thinking
question
the
to
same
you
thing.
is my question to you is do you need to maybe balance then more mental exercises with the physical?
Yeah, I mean, health is like I think people get stuck in this box where they think that health is so one-sided, like, oh, health is just having like abs or something, but like it's so much more. Like it's wellness. Because if you're not, you can never be physically fit if you're not mentally fit, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like your mental health,
Absolutely.
spiritual health, all that stuff.
Yeah, the seven pillars. The seven pillars. If you're not healthy in one of them, then you're leaking energy in that.
Yeah. So I would say creatively, I've always been able to be creative. I feel that when I'm at my lowest, I'm actually my most creative
Huh.
because I use the emotions I'm feeling and I let that drive my creativity. And
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that does make sense. I think it's like the starving artist syndrome, where they have nothing,
Seriously.
but their work is amazing, you know?
I
Anna,
think
what's up? What about
also,
you? What is your best?
oh my gosh, I didn't hear anything. I'm just arriving home. I don't know what you're talking
No
about.
problem. I'll send you the
I'm
replay.
just
So
listening. Yeah, I'm just listening
seven,
about, yeah.
we have seven areas where we store energy: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, creativity. Which one are you working on? Which one do you feel like you need to work on the most? And which one is like you feel like you're strongest?
Oh my gosh, I'm talking in everything at the same time, I would say. Um, which is my strongest? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because it could be that I can say like, okay, maybe the spiritual, but at the same time, it's like, no, I still need to learn something else, or like for example, I'm just getting mad while I'm driving because people they just drive us crazy. So and then my spiritual, like side is gonna go as it's kind of difficult. But I would say that I am working all of them right now. I'm trying to like to have a balance in all my areas. Um, yeah, so not one in a specific, but even relationships. Like my with my people. I'm just trying to everything, like to have a balance financially. What else did you say?
Creative energy.
Okay, that would be something that I need to do more because all of these, like what I'm doing right now, like to be on bar prep, I don't have time to be creative, and I love that part. Like I crochet, I paint. One of my passions in life is painting, and I haven't been able to do it like no time ago. So that would be
How
my
much time do you need to like start painting something?
No, I would just need like maybe half an hour. I can do some watercolor painting, but I
Oh,
just don't have that. Like right now, it's like it's hard. Like it's hard. So what I'm doing is like in the creative part right now, I am writing.
okay.
So that is something that is helping. Like yeah, I can have
Yeah.
some sites, but it's not the same.
It's
Hopefully,
it's
soon.
not the same. So we talked
Mm,
about in the beginning of the call, and I'll send you the replay,
thank
that mental, and we were all three of us in
you.
chat put that that's the one that we're working on the most. That's the one that we feel
And I would
like
say
kind of takes our
mental.
energy. So mental, and you're very busy. You're very busy, so that's a lot of mental. That's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of mental. So you talked about being balanced too in all seven of them and working on all seven of them. Welcome, Olga. So do
Even though I was
you have
telling
15
Charlie,
minutes? Can you
yeah,
find 15 minutes to kind of balance out a little bit for the creativity and start some watercolor paintings?
I'll try. I was talking to Charlie right now, and I was telling him like, yeah, mentally I am so tired, so tired. I'm just going to bed, and even though I cannot sleep well because my brain is, like so like working so fast, even at night. So, but going to the gym is helping me to release a bit. So it's helping me a lot that part. But yeah, no, mentally right now I'm 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 squeezing my brain right now
Yeah.
so
The
much.
the physical is a big one. If you don't do the physical, then you're leaking there. If you're starting the
Hmm.
physical, then you can plug up some energetic holes or release some mental negative energy if you're gonna start categorizing it. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But again, there's seven categories. There's seven. So the reason why we're on this call is for all of us to now be aware and have awareness that there's seven categories where energy is either being made or energy is being lost.
No, my energy is like going up, like we can say like yeah. Like it's a getting I don't know if I got the question well, but I think that yeah, no, it's balance and it's going up like
It's balance. It's balance. And it's
yeah.
not always about like being high strung either, because you could be high strung and then also like stressed out and not in peace. So like it's being of that high level energy with ultimately living in the present moment gives you the kind of cleanest energy, if you want to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so who's controlling your energy? It's good to be aware of who's controlling your energy. Are your emotions running the show? Because then it could be too much energy there. And what stories are you telling yourself? Bring in awareness to the stories that are played in our mind and then kind of being like, this one is not good for my energy. And then now all of a sudden, like, you might not have 1,000 of those thoughts because 85%, 90% of our thoughts are repetitive. So if you can remove 10 stories, we'll just say stories, right? If you can remove 10 stories from your mind that no longer serve you in this present moment with your vision, then what does it do to your mental game? So, and that's where obviously journaling comes in, and that's where meditation comes in, breath work, all that stuff comes in through that. or just being on these calls and thinking about them. So, yeah, I mean, energy is the most valuable currency we have. So, how we use it is going to dictate what we do today and tomorrow.
Right.
Any questions? Any comments?
I'm gonna be more aware of my thoughts. I think like something I was thinking about when you were talking, Jeremy, is that I probably talk really negative about myself a lot and like a lot of the things that I do and a lot of my actions and just like a lot of negativity without even realizing it. So I think I'm just gonna be more going forward. I'm gonna be more conscious about my thinking and thoughts about myself and others. And hopefully, that could help, you know, fixing mental health.
That is a great idea, and you have the tools to do that. So, what will be your practical tools to improve that? What will you do?
And then like going forward, I'm just gonna like you say, we have so many thoughts during the day that I feel like it just starts to become, just you don't even think about what you're thinking about sometimes. So um if I catch myself doing that, maybe taking a little bit of time to reflect on why I'm feeling that way instead of just allowing it to keep continuing on.
Yep. So, how often are you gonna do a check-in with yourself?
I'm gonna start doing it at least 15 minutes a day, because and if I want to keep going after 15 minutes, I can. But my theory is that if I do it 15 minutes a day, and it compounds a couple, like 4, 5, 6 times throughout the week, I've done over an hour's worth of like conscious mental clarity work.
Hmm. So, and what is your check-in gonna look like? Like, are you gonna write it on paper, or are you just gonna kind of
Yeah,
sit
my
there?
friend, I was talking to my buddy about it, like my guitarist, and he said that I didn't even know this existed, but there's like this journal app on iPhone. It's like super interesting. So it's not notes, it's like journal. It is
Mhm.
coolest thing ever. And he showed me. So I'm going to start using that.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I didn't even know it was even on iOS. Like I was really confused, but I'm going to start using that.
So, if you do that for 30 days, what do you think is gonna happen?
Definitely some things in my life will change, like for the better, probably better thoughts. Probably, and that honestly, all the pillars will change in a good way
That's right. That's exactly right.
because then I'll be able to be more mentally strong when I'm like working on my physical health, and then I'll be able to not feel tired all the time and actually want to work on my relationships more, and then I actually will like start thinking about stuff and like be more spiritual and all that stuff, and then then bang 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 bang, that's seven all of a sudden.
Yes, that's right. It is all connected.
Something that I would like to add, I don't know if I have time,
Yeah.
it's that right now that Charlie was talking about the thoughts that we are always repeating in ourselves. Some of them we need to be aware that some of those thoughts are were the words and were the phrases that we heard when we were, like little, when we were child, like it's very difficult to understand that part. Like, and it's sadly because some of them they can come from our parents, our relatives, our siblings, our people that we were, at school with them, and most of them they are not, of course, like 100% they are not true, but it's something that we got adjusted to listen. We're always listening to the external. We're listening to others. We're listening to whatever every other person are saying about us, and we care a lot about it. It's something that is like a very very bad habit that we have that we need to break. But just when that is one of the important parts of meditation. When you meditate, you're only you and yourself. and then you can listen to you, and you can listen to your soul, and then you're going to start and you're going to realize that, oh my gosh, like I didn't know that I was thinking about myself like this, you know. Then you start to have another kind of thoughts, and that is the important part, to be, you know, like time, free time with yourself, and to listen to yourself and meditate, even when you're doing creative, like breathing techniques, or writing or painting, or riding your bicycle or running or whatever. You're listening to yourself, you know. It's like you're in your own cocoon, so that helps. And then just be aware that, okay, whatever I'm listening again, like being repetitive on these kind of phrases or wording or whatever, it's not me. It's just whatever I, you know, like I learned or I heard while I was growing, but that doesn't mean that I am now this person, or like with this character or whatever, because every day I'm healing, every day I'm changing myself, every day I'm improving something, every day I'm just, even if it is a small step, like as you said the other day, right? 100%, only 1% per day. It's
1% per day. Yep.
it's really, really important. Then yeah, you're gonna be on the other side. And I'm gonna, yeah, finish here.
Thank you for sharing, Anna. No, that's the whole purpose of meditation, is to see what comes up, what thoughts are coming up. And the thoughts of, why am I sitting here with my eyes closed meditating when I got to do stuff, is part of the problem. is part of the problem, because there's thoughts in you saying that there's something better for you to do, but become better, and slow your mind down and get rid of thoughts that don't serve you anymore. We're having those thoughts. So that's like part of the problem. So that's where it's just like, again, it's about building momentum, starting with like 5 minutes a day, and doesn't actually have to be with your eyes closed. Meditation, a lot of my meditation is actually just no music, no nothing, nature, driving. I drive a lot, so you can definitely see what comes up. And the way to do that is just stay super present. And then, like, your thoughts are going to be the clouds or the birds in the sky. Oh, I'm like having this thought. Now, you can do like creative driving too. Obviously, that's good too. But there's ways to meditate that is not just like eyes closed. However, though, with eyes closed, it becomes more focused. So those thoughts are kind of more like right in your face, right? So that's why it is harder and more challenging for people to do them with their eyes closed. But yes, a lot of our thoughts are passed down from childhood, from our relationships, from society, and you want them to run your life. I mean, I don't want them to run my life. I don't want, 30-year-old thoughts, actually, probably more like 200-year-old thoughts or 500-year-old thoughts. I don't want those thoughts running my life. So we all have a conscious choice to use the tools in our tool bag to get through life in a more peaceful, present, purposeful way. Anyone else want to add anything before I let you go? No. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Episode 4. This one is about energy, the 7 pillars of energy. And reach out to me. I can send you, I'll actually include it in an email to all of our clients, a PDF that you can do and kind of bring some awareness to where your energy is leaking, where maybe you have some extra energy that you can balance off and do some other things like creative stuff and painting and stuff like that. So I'll send that out to you. We have an event coming up August 7th, Thursday at 7 o'clock. Our first one this year, sunset walk. So that is August 7th at Acacia Park at 7 o'clock. And I'm sending out emails with updated podcasts that I've been recording, a lot of gold stuff, a lot of stories of people using different tools that they have and where that's gotten them on their journey. So I think hearing other people's stories gives us more tools and more levels of awareness to use as we walk on our path too. Plus, anyone who wants to do a podcast, reach out to me because I think it's a great opportunity to share your story. And again, that is a way that we become better and heal ourselves from limiting beliefs. So you got a story in you, you got a book in you, we all do. So let's get it out there. All right. Well, I'm Jeremy Torchinsky, and thanks for being on this call, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy.
I'll see you
Thank
next week.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.